you're looking for any TCG accessories, check out Imperium Duelist at the link below. They offer a wide variety of products such as sleeves, deck boxes, dice, binders, apparel, and playmats, including my very own playmat, Blazing Permafrost, which is on sale now. You can get all of these amazing products for 10% off using my discount code WinterKills10off at checkout and support the channel in the process. How's it going, guys? Winter Kills here, and welcome to a brand new episode of the testing sessions. Today we are on Mermail, if you haven't already been able to guess. Recently we did a deck profile video, we did a test hand video for Mermails, showcasing my new build, my take on it for this month. Running the deep sea build, and I've really been liking it. But if you haven't seen those other videos, I highly recommend you guys check them out. It'll give you guys a bit of a better idea as to why and how I play this particular variant. So yeah, now we're going to go into the deck profile here, and first thing you might already be able to tell is that we are on Dueling Book, and the series, I think I do want to move it over to Dueling Book. Some of the issues and frustrations that I've been having on EDO Pro, I think Dueling Book will be able to solve, me not being able to find matches and people quitting out constantly. So we're just going to play a few rated games and we'll see what happens. And obviously I'll walk you guys through the process step by step. Yeah, this is the list. Really hasn't changed much since the original deck profile. Like I said in the test hand video too, the only changes that I really wanted to make were just a couple of cards. Moving Gamma Seal out of the main deck, Moray of Greed, alongside Deep Sea Ari. I finally cut the card completely, not because I don't like it, it's just because there were some other like quintessential and key cards that I wanted to add in, and there wasn't room for both, and I figured I'd add these cards in as well, just because like having pseudo space is just another opportunity to see the field spell, and the field spell is pretty important. Although it's not necessary to pull off some of these combos, it definitely does help to see this card in the opening hand. That's why I wanted added in set rotation. Went and added the Pot of Avarice in multiple copies because this card is really important for this deck in the grind game, and it's just overall functioning. And added Mizuchi in as well because I think there was a variant where I wasn't playing this, and I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, side deck down here as well. Pretty solid side deck, feeling very confident about it. Extra deck as well. Feeling pretty good about this. The only change I did try, I think, on one of my streams is I cut the anemone for a Trishula, which I didn't like. It never came up, and there were many times where I would have just rather had the second anemone. So I think for the time being, this is what the list is going to look like. And now we're just going to hop into a rated game and see what happens. All right, we got ourselves a game here against Chaz24. And I don't know how this is going to work, me having to like type out stuff, while I record. So we'll see if this ends up being a disaster here. But we do win the die roll, so we are going to opt to go first here. We are a sort of blind, and this guy is a fan of the channel, so he'll be pretty delighted to see that he's in the video. I'm not gonna tell him, but all right, that's awesome. So we do have a really good hand here. We'll throw out the old GLHF. Good luck, have fun. But we're gonna pull this combo off here if he doesn't have any interruptions, obviously. But we'll go from there. We'll declare Teus in the hand, and we're gonna go ahead and discard this Dragoons to the graveyard, and we'll see what happens here. We're good. All right, we're gonna go Teus CL2. Yeah, so CL2 and then Goons CL1. Just because, you gotta type out the chain links, right? Make sure everything is, well communicated. All right, so we're gonna add Gund here, and we're gonna add Diva. Arguably we could add something like, Minstrel right now, but the Minstrel, if we use it, it's not really gonna give us much value, so, we're just gonna go ahead and go for Diva here. And based on, his responses to the other cards that we've had, he might not have a response for this, so we'll see. Diva is going to be good. We're going to special summon out this Prince here. And we are going to declare. We're going to send for cost here. And we'll just, yeah, so that doesn't go to my hand. That goes to the graveyard. Gotta love the misclicks. And then we are going to add off of Prince this, and then Dragoons is going to add the Minstrel to our hand. So we have Dragoons, we have Minstrel. We're just going to go ahead and fire this off here. This is where, yeah, so this is where a lot of people tend to actually just admit defeat. I'm not entirely sure why. I mean, I am sure why, but I'm also, yeah, like I am sure why, but I'm also not sure why, because obviously he doesn't want to give us hand advantage and things like that, and knowledge of what he's playing. But ultimately, I don't know. I don't know. Like, maybe you want to throw away game one that quickly. I understand, and that the knowledge of what you're playing is very, very important. But I feel like at the same time, maybe he could play through what we put up. Maybe not. I don't know. So I really don't know what to side here. I really, really don't know. I'm just gonna put in 2 Gamma Seal, just because I've really never felt like I've gone wrong with having this card in the main deck. And if we get made to go second, we're gonna actually be pretty happy to have this card in our main deck if he is on something like Dragoon, because Dragoon is a huge pain in the neck. And we are made to go second here, and we actually do draw the Gamma Seal. So if he actually does end up going for something like Dragoon, we're going to feel pretty good about that. And he's going to use Pot of Desires here. That's going to be fine. Don't have any hand traps for that, unfortunately. But we're more of like a let your board get made type deck, and we'll see if we can break it. Because I tend to find that a lot of the board breaking cards you can play in Mermail, specifically like Gamma Seal, they can also be kind of synergistic in the fact that they can let you also play. Like if we needed to discard this Gamma Seal off of Teus, we could definitely do so. And looks like I got my guess wrong. Looks like putting in Lightning Storms and Red Reboot would have been the move. We draw a copy of Set Rotation right there, so that's going to allow us to actually get access to the combo here if, if we can even get that far. Standby phase, we'll wait here just a little bit. I don't like to always click through these immediately because you never know. They might actually have a response. So now that we're in main phase here, we have pretty much 2 options. We can go Infantry into Diva or just Diva and try to go into Prince. I kind of fancy the idea of just going Infantry and then into Diva. That way if the Diva or the Prince gets stopped, we have enough to, on board to be able to do something. So we're just going to see if the summon is good. And if it is, we're just going to gain an additional normal summon. And we're going to go for Deep Sea Diva, obviously, is our only... Let's see. On summon. Okay. He has Canadia. Okay, so he's going to book this card face down. Sure, that's fine. And again, the same thing would have happened too. If we would have gone Diva into Prince, he's just going to book the Prince before we can even use it. So that's why it would have ultimately been better to at least have Diva and Infantry, but he is going to sort of pick up on how this whole all these shenanigans work, and he's just going to go ahead and book that right away. So he does use that. We could try to continue to extend here, but really don't feel too good about that. I'm just going to declare Teus, and we're going to ditch this to the graveyard as cost. And I don't think he has a response here, so we're going to special summon this in defense. And we're going to declare its effect to go ahead and search a level 4 or lower Mermail. I think the only thing that I'm going to grab is probably, he's got Solemn Strike. All right, he's going to take 1,500. And a lot of resistance right here off the bat. Little nerve-wracking. I'm not going to set the set rotation because it's not really going to do us anything. Although, we could set it and use it to stack. No, it sets the field spell, so yeah, we can't even do those shenanigans if we wanted to. So I'm just going to go to end phase here, see if he has anything else. I mean, it looks like his turn was pretty slow. Just Desires and set 5. I don't think he really saw any of his other engine cards. This looks like Paleo, so I'm kind of expecting, we might see some swaps and things like that, but or some other Layer of Darkness cards. Normal summoning Skullmeister. That's not what I was expecting. That's actually just going to be enough by 100 points to get over our infantry. And that's actually a kind of a priority for him to deal with there in the battle phase, because next turn we can just flip that up and, just kind of go to town there. So we're going to go standby phase. And we're also going to go main phase 1 here. So this is his new set. So we're going to kind of pay attention to that one. So let's go ahead and fire off Terraforming here and see what happens. And that is going to be A-OK. So we're going to add Megalanica, the Deep Sea City. We're not going to play this yet. Yeah, we're not going to play this yet because it is actually kind of important to when and how you play the field spell. So yeah, because it'll stack your deck, and then if you go into your deck after that, obviously it defeats the purpose of the whole stacking. So from here, we're just going to go ahead and normal summon Diva, and I wouldn't be surprised if this does not resolve whatsoever. via maybe another Solemn Strike. That's actually going to go through. Okay. Now, will he have something on the summon of this? Let's see. Okay, yeah, there's Dogmatic Punishment. I figured there had to be some form of interruption in there somewhere. So Dogmatic Punishment, pretty solid card. He's going to go ahead and get to chain the Paleo. I mean, we could have changed set rotation to that, but I don't think it's worth it just to stop this from coming out. Besides, I also already missed my window too. We would have to chain directly to Dogmatic Punishment, making it so these, make sure this one wouldn't come out directly. So he gets that on board. I am actually going to play this now so we can stack the deck and get a good draw for next turn. I'm actually tempted to Gamma Seal this Canadia, mainly because it'll keep him farther away from getting access to a Toad. But that's just wishful thinking, I don't know. All it's going to take from at this point is to draw a Swap Frog. So is he going to draw a Swap Frog here is what we're going to have to find out. Because otherwise it will take him getting another trap card, another Paleo onto the board, which he doesn't have any in his graveyard right now. And it looks like he's just going to go into the battle phase. And we are going to take a whopping 2,900 here from the Canadia and the Meister. He's going to send another card. And we're going to draw the Diva we stacked for turn, obviously. We're going to go into standby phase. And then we're going to slowly creep into the main phase. All right, so if we can get our combo going here. So we're going to normal Diva. We're going to declare effect because it does happen on summon. It will go through. And what's going to happen here? He has Ice Dragon's Prison. Oh my, this is so absolutely rough. Sure. Yeah, Ice Dragon's Prison is really, really rough. He just keeps drawing good trap after good trap because this is where he set the new card. He's going to summon out Lapis Dragon, and let's see what he banishes. I imagine he's just going to banish Prince, yeah. I don't want to leave the Prince on the board if we haven't even resolved it. So, I mean, he top-decked Punishment in the past turn. He top-decks Ice Dragon's Prison. Very, very good job so far at controlling the game. Do I fire off the set rotation? I think I am. I'm going to fire off the set rotation. I'm going to fire this off because all this is going to take at this point is for us to, let's see here, set, and we're going to set to other side. So we're going to give him that pseudo space. We're going to send that to the grave. And let's see if he has anything on resolution, perhaps. While this card is still set. Doesn't look like he does. We're going to activate. We're going to declare effect here. And we are going to stack a card again. We're going to stack. Are we going to stack our final Diva here? Do we even have a Diva left in deck? Doesn't look like we... Okay, we do have a Diva. So this is going to be our last shot, potentially, here at getting something going. Because right now, we really don't have anything going. And he just keeps drawing good trap after good trap. First punishment, obviously, the Ice Dragon's Prison. Doesn't have anything close to a Toad. And if he does get to a Toad, we have Gamma Seal. So that's good. So we can clear an interruption with the Gamma Seal. But now we know, right? Now we know that he's on the Paleo deck. So we're going to take 1,000. And then we're going to take 17. So we're going to take 27. Getting pretty low at life here. We do not survive another turn here if, because we're going to take exactly 2,700 damage again here. If this Diva does not go through, and that will spell game. So this has to resolve here, or that is going to be all she wrote here for game 2. So we're going to try again. Deep Sea Diva, is it going to resolve? And he says okay. Do we have another Neptibus in the deck? We do. Is third time's a charm here? Nope. Paleozoic Dynamiscus. Yeah, game 3. Or 3. Yeah, that's going to be it. Can't stop the barrage of traps. He just had an answer every single time, and that's all it takes. We obviously didn't make the proper read. So I'm actually just going to maybe put all the cards that we had in prior back in, with the addition of triple Cosmic Cyclone, because Cosmic Cyclone is very, very strong. I'm very tempted, actually, to just put Lightning Storms and Red Reboots in and go second, but I really don't like the fact that I need to rely on drawing these specific 5 cards, like, you know, Lightning Storm and Cosmic to be able to have a really good chance of winning when I could just draw other combinations of cards that are already within my engine that'll help me to win. I think there's much more viable option in doing that, as we saw how quickly game 1 ended, but that is not always going to be the case. So we draw a really solid hand here. We're going to go standby phase, main phase 1, and we did draw Cosmic. I wouldn't feel too safe going second into this deck with just a Cosmic. I don't think a Cosmic is enough with the amount of really strong traps that they are playing. The Diva is going to be okay. We could actually we could actually summon Infantry here, and I think I actually am, because we want an extra body on board specifically. Well, we don't have actually the field spell, but there is, of course, the chance that we could draw it. I think before maybe we need to like stack. What do I want to do here? This is a bit of a thonker. So let's go ahead and special summon this. We'll get that out in the field. And then we're going to normal summon again, additional normal. Then we're going to declare here. Send for cost. And not 2 hand. I do it every freaking time, man. 2 graveyard. And then 2 hand. And then we're going to use Deep Sea Minstrel. Dragoons. And let's see, I imagine this will probably be okay if there was no response on the Diva. And yeah, we'll add that to the hand. Only 1 water engrave here at this point. And now we're going to pitch this. We're going to declare the effect. The declare button is actually super helpful. I'm really glad that they added that in. So we're going to send this off and this off. Min CL2, Goons CL1. Let's see what he's got in his hand here. He's got double Dupe Frog, Ronin. Yeah, we'll banish Ronin. Banish Ronin if he doesn't already see that. And so we'll banish Ronin. And now we're going to go ahead and search here. We can search Lapis Dragon. Lapis Dragon will summon itself to the field as an extra extender, tuner extender, importantly so. Then we could link into Halqifibrax, and Halqifibrax can summon out Launcher, and then we can link into Anemone, and Anemone brings back a card. Because this would be a lot simpler if we were able to draw the field spell here. It'd be a lot simpler. And I don't want to just blunder this immediately in our first game, in our first match. But I am going to still add this to our hand. And we are going to just summon this. We know he doesn't have any other threats in his hand. We're going to summon Lapis Dragon. And let's see what we want to do now. So we could go into Halqifibrax first. And then summon like Fishborg and then link into something. The only reason I'd want to do that is because that's what that would just give us a chance to resolve the Pot of Avarice before having to resolve the Minstrel, because we want to stack our deck first if we can, and not change the order. So now we're going to link these 2 off here into an enemy. And now that we have 7 engraved, we can go ahead and fire off this Avarice. And Avarice is going to put Hulk back to the extra deck. That's 1. Says the stones. That's 2. That goes back to the deck. I just love misclicking. So that's 2. Let's go 2, 3. 2, 4. And we might unfortunately have to put back the launcher. We might unfortunately have to put back the launcher here. Yeah, we'll put the launcher back, the card that we literally just summoned. I know it's not optimal, but we have to, ooh, and there it is. We draw the terraforming. That's exactly what we want to see. That's exactly what we want to see, is we want to get access to this terraforming. That is huge. That is huge. So we're going to declare here. We're going to stack. We do have the stack, or no, we still have Dragoons in our grave, right? Yes, we still have Dragoons in our grave, so that's so huge that we drew that. Not banish face down. I'm literally a mess. So this goes to the top of our deck. And then we're going to declare this. This is going to special summon this. And then we're going to declare this slash mill 3. So we mill double prince. We're going to put back a prince. And then we're going to special summon this in defense. And we don't shuffle the deck there because it specifically goes to top or bottom. Now, this is normally where we would go right into Hulk. Well, we wouldn't go into Hulk just yet, but we'd go into something a bit different here. So we could actually do... There's two things we could do here. We could use the level manipulation effect now to go into Dragite with these two. Or we could make Shark, and then we can make Prima Donna. Actually, so yeah. It's funny, I literally watched a stream. That's awesome. Alright, so yeah. That's pretty... He was always watching me play the deck on stream, so he knows the ins and outs. So what we're going to do here is we're going to Synchro 7 here. And we are going to go into this. We're going to declare this. We're going to banish the Quaking. I spelled that wrong, probably. Banish Quaking. And then we're going to return it back to his hand. And use the effect of Prima Donna to summon out Artisan. And that is going to summon out another card from the deck. Or another card from our grave, either, which will probably be... Actually, we might not even go for Artisan. We might even just go for Swap Frog here, which might be a bit better. Then we can go for Dweller. I don't know how good a Dweller will be here, actually, against him. Yeah, he's going to banish the Quaking. I did spell it right. I thought I spelled Quacking. You get the Mirror Force. Yeah, Prima Donna. 1M. Yeah, so he gets that back. And then we're going to special summon from the deck. A level 1. I do want to just do a level 1 here. We could bring back another card from our grave. So we could special summon this, mill a card, and then summon something back, like the infantry. And then we could make the, say, level 4. Go into, you know, Bahamut for Toad. And then still go into Dragite. So that's something that we could definitely do. I do want to go into... We have to, like, really go into the... what's it called? The Dragite here. And then we're going to declare this. We're gonna mill a card. We mill Minstrel. And then we're going to special summon back here. What do we want to special summon back? We could summon the Neptibus. And we could go for the Crocodragon and draw 2. It also would not be able to be destroyed by card effects, but we want to sort of stick to the game plan here. And we're going to special summon this. And then we're going to synchro these two off into... now Ronan is shuffled. Shuffled into deck. You see Prima Donna. And then we're going to use the field spell here. Field, make Minstrel level 4. And then we're going to overlay these two into Bahamut Shark. And then we're going to detach the Dragoons here. We're going to special summon Totally Awesome, not overlay attack. I apologize if my buttons are all over the place in what I click. We're going to use Dragoons here to get a search. We can just search any old Sea Serpent because we could try to... Well, we don't really need to use the Swap Frog in our hand. Let's just go ahead and add... Let's just go and add a Megalo to our hand here. We could potentially just summon this Megalo, which I kind of like the idea of doing. But I would also at the same time rather just overlay these two, or not overlay, link these two off for this, because that'll provide us with a discard outlet. We'll set this, and then we will pass. That will do it for our turn. It would be a little bit better too if we were able to get to Hulk, but we had to structure our combo a little bit differently to be able to make Avarice live, so we could get to the field spell via drawing with Avarice. So that's why, otherwise we'd have Hulk up here in the extra monster zone, and that could go into Formula, which could help turn our Dragite into a pop 3, which against a deck like this is just huge, because if he sets a bunch, we can end phase just pop a bunch. So it is unfortunate that we couldn't make a... Well, we could have technically made Hulk, I guess. I guess we technically could have. So we're going to end phase, hit that for 1,000. Because part of me was like, you know, is Helk not a once per turn? Or like summon, but we wouldn't get to resolve his effect. I don't know. And we also, I think, had to make a different Link monster at one point, so I don't think it really mattered so much. Or I guess we could have summoned the Minstrel out of the grave off of the Artisan since we didn't need that, and we could have made those into Hulk. I guess that's something that I could have done, but then I don't know if we would have been able to make the Alacia. So we're going to go into standby phase here. We're going to go into main phase 1. We got to be very, very careful here. Let's see what we have in our graveyard. Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot in the grave. What do we want to do? What do we want to do? Well, I guess for starters, you know, we have this what's it called here? This anemone, and we can use that to bring back Prima Donna, because it does have 1500 attack, which is huge. So that's going to come back. We'll summon this in defense. And we are going to declare the field spell, because a synchro water monster was special summoned. Get to see hand once more. To banish a card till EV. Alright. I'll banish Dupe. And yeah, it might be game. Because then we can return that back to the deck, and we could just summon out, or return that back to his hand, and summon out a tuner, or even a non-tuner, really, and just go for you know, what's it called here? We could go for Satellite War, actually pop 2. I think that's what we'll do. We'll just link these here, right, into Hulk. And let's see here. It says during, oh, this is during the opponent's main phase. I'm actually throwing shuffle Dupe back. And then we could actually just summon the Megalo here and just put on damage that way, I suppose. Or what we could do first is normal summon the... I'm also forgetting Halka-Fibrax here, but I think it's fine. Not perfectly fine. I would like to use it, but I did forget. A little caught up here. So we're going to normal summon this. We're going to declare. And we'll see if this goes through here. We know it has an evenly matched in hand, so all we need to do is just, you know, get a nice board presence and just swing through whatever this card is. We're going to bounce this back to our hand here, and then we're going to declare Megalo, and we're going to send this to the grave, send this to the grave, special summon attack. Okay, yeah, so he's going to scoop there. So yeah, that was a pretty interesting match. We got to play against a fan of the channel too, so that's really, really nice to see. Yeah, and we take our first match against Paleozoic Frog. I played that a little rough, I will admit. It's just because it's a little bit more hard to manage all the tasks, trying to type in the chat, trying to talk to you guys, talk about what I'm doing, and try to not fumble on the process here in the recording. So that's out of the way. That took a lot less time than I thought it was going to, so we're going to go ahead and hop into another match here. All right, so I realized my cam was in the wrong spot on that last duel, but it should be corrected here going into the second one. My apologies to our opponent that we had round 1, but we're going to head into round 2 here. And I'm also recording this now a different way. Instead of using just OBS, I'm filming separately on my camera and on OBS. So let's see if we can get an opponent here and see if we can get ourselves a good match here. And it looks like we do. All right, perfect. Just in time. The Skinny Snorlax 702. Skinny Snorlax. I don't think that is ever a thing that has ever occurred. Let's toss out the old GLHF. We're going to go first here. And we'll see if we do open the combo. We open a pretty strong version of it too. We're going to go standby phase main 1. We are going to send that to the graveyard to special summon in defense. And we are going to declare the effect of swap. You get so much value out of these frogs when you open them together. Like when you open 2 swaps or swap and Ronin, you just get so much insane value. Because it's going to do is just block any potential hand traps. which is so insane. It's going to give us a protected diva, unless he just opens the absolute stones, right? And he has 2 ways to stop our diva, so that's going to come out. And we're going to go ahead and normal summon this, and we are going to declare our effect, and that is going to be fine. So we should have, at the end of the day here, a pretty solid combo, rock solid combo here. And we're going to send for cost to grave. Let's see, and I actually didn't add that to my hand that time, so that's a victory. 2 hand, and let's see if he scoops on the activation of Minstrel. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. So we are going to declare Deep Sea Minstrel. Let's see if we can even get it to the graveyard in time. Min, CL2, Goons, CL1. Show hand. This is how we know if he's reading our cards too. He just left the duel too. He literally just left the duel. Like, he didn't even want to go to another game. He just left the duel. Why? I don't understand this. That was going to be a pretty insane combo, man. Just from there, you know, we search Lapis, summon Lapis. We even search Prince because we already have the Teus, but summon out Lapis, you know, link these two, Anemone, stack Prince to the top, just go off on an absolute rampage. I'm curious to see what he's playing now. I'm curious to see what he was playing. We're going to take a look here at what he was playing. I want to see what he was playing. What was it? What was in that hand that was so valuable? Show both. Here we go. Oh my god. Wow. Morphing Jar 2. All right. Well, I'm glad actually. I'm glad that we actually didn't play that. I'm actually pretty glad about that. Let's try to get another match in. All right, we got another match here, and these matches are coming so quickly. I love it. On Dueling Book, I'd still be stuck in the queue probably for about a good 20 minutes or so. And we win the RPS, GLHF. We are going to go first here. And let's see what we open. We open a pretty odd hand, pretty oddball hand here. We're going to draw phase, standby phase, main phase 1. We're going to normal the Prince here, and we're going to declare. We are going to send for cost, so regardless of what he has. What does he have? Effect there, so we still send for cost. All right. Send for cost. Still gets Dragoon's effect. Some people don't know. Any response to that? Yeah, he does have the Valor, so that's going to stop us from adding a Dragoon to our hand. But we actually... He has a Gamma. Alrighty. Sure, I didn't want to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Anyways. I just wanted to watch you negate all my stuff. I mean, oh my god. Alright, must be nice. I was going to say, because if the Dragoons goes through, we can at least get Minstrel pitch Dragoons in itself. Take a look at the hand, you know, pry that Gamma out of his hand. It looks like he drew the driver, too. So I'm going to go out on a whim here and say his hand is not the greatest. We're going to summon this. We're just going to keep going here. He's used a lot of resource, so I'm gonna try to go you know, card for card with him here and see what we can make happen. Where is this? We're going to send that to the grave. Now, we can't go much further than this. The only thing we really could do here was use swap to bounce back the Prince for next turn and just leave this swap here. I think I actually might do that. Or I might just link into an enemy. Yeah, I think I'm just going to link into an enemy here, and we're just going to get a totally awesome for free, essentially. This is why I like playing in, multiple enemies, because this is going to come up probably later on. Target swap. And what I mean by that is, like, the normal combo is always going to require an enemy, because that's how you get direct access to obviously triggering Minstrels on special summon effect. So it doesn't look like he has a response to that, so we're going to summon this out. We're going to declare effect, and we'll see if he has a response to this as well. But I imagine at this point he definitely doesn't. He's already a Valor and a Gamma deep, so he does not have a response. We are going to just outright dump, not to hand to graveyard. Ronin F, we're going to banish swap, and we're going to special summon this if he doesn't have a response. No Skullmeister. Doesn't look like he does, and we are going to overlay here and put that there. And we have a swap there, and no swap anywhere else. So we will actually use the effect of Toad here to get out that last... and we are going to declare here. And he quit. All right. What is happening? What is happening with these people? What was in this man's hand? I need to see. I have to see. I have to see what was in his hand. Was it that bad for him to just outright leave? Valor? Cosmic? I mean, I guess I had the one negate for his meltdown. Did he even see what he drew for turn? Yeah, he definitely did, because he was in his main phase when he quit. My man Tom's, you can't give up that easily, my dude. At least go to game 2. At least. Let's just fast forward here. I mean, okay, I guess, yeah. I see him having reason to scoop. Because if he plays Meltdown, I'm not going to negate it, obviously, for the exact reason of what's going on in his hand right now. He has Meltdown and Alistair. You always want to let him commit the Alistair. Because if you negate the Meltdown, they always have the Alistair in hand. All right, well, let's just go here and try to find another game. All right, we got ourselves a game here. And let's see if we can actually have a full match. Let's see if we can actually have a full match. He goes rock. He goes scissors. I'm going to go rock again. He goes paper. Man. The RPS mind games, they are strong. He's going to make us go second, which, of course, is to be expected. We do not see a hand trap. Granted, we are only playing 3. Rather weak hand here, going second. But let's see what our man is on. Is he going to play the draw phase deck, where he does everything in the draw phase? We shall see what he is going to do. Alright, he's starting with Doki Doki. So, is this Adamancipator? I'm going to assume that it is Adamancipator, because I don't know what other deck plays this card outside of, you know, Block Dragon BA used to play the Doki Doki. I think, yeah, it reminds me, because, yeah, you used to play Doki Doki and Power Giant, too, because that was, like, the level 8s that you could search, or up to level 8, with Block Dragon, of course. And speaking of Burning Abyss, I do plan on bringing back a variant of Phantom Knight Burning Abyss very, very soon. So you guys have that to look forward to. Obviously, photons are going to be coming back to the channel soon, very, very quickly. And we're gonna take a good look at that deck. We're gonna have a lot of fun with it, and it's gonna be a lot better in my opinion because of Afterglow. Being in the format in just a few days now, actually, from when I'm recording this on the 17th. So very, very excited to bring back Photon Galaxy. And let me know what other decks you guys want to see me bring back to the channel. Decks that I haven't covered in a long time. Definitely let me know down in the comments. So we might need to just sort of fast forward through this and just see what he's able to do here. Yeah, all of this stuff is going to go through, of course. We'll see if we even have a remote chance of breaking anything. And we'll let the combo play out just so we can see what's in his deck, what's in his extra deck, etc., etc. So, I've spent enough time here just staring into space, watching this combo go through. I've actually gotten a good look at his deck based on all the excavation effects that he's used. He is on Talents. He is, of course, on Ash. And he is on the Red Ice Fusion in the main deck. And I'm just going to admit defeat here because there is no way in how we are playing through that board whatsoever. So we are just going to immediately go into a game 2 situation here. I think I'm just going to put the droplets in. Easily going to take out the Skullmeisters here. And just going to go ahead. And we're going to go first here and hope that hopefully we can open a decent enough combo here. To take game 2, and siding for game 3 will be much easier. We'll definitely keep the droplets in. We'll keep Gamma Seals in as well. We might also keep Drone Lockbird in, although I don't think it's that fantastic against his deck. But we'll at least have cards like Gamma Seal and Forbidden Droplet, which are 6 pretty good cards to have against combo. I haven't seen Adamantipator played in quite some time. I was expecting it to just be Dragoon Pass with like a stone statue, but it was definitely a lot more than that. So we're going to go into main phase 1 here. We can see we did open up a pretty strong hand. I kind of want to just fire off Minstrel first. We did open up 2 copies, and we do have a Swap Frog in hand, so I think that's what I want to do. We're just going to declare this immediately, like I said. 2 grave, 2 grave, because we desperately need this prince to go through. We can't afford to lose out on anything. So let's see if he has anything. We know he's on talents. We know he's on Ash. Let's see what else we can figure out here. Okay, so he has Nibiru in hand. So we're definitely going to banish the Nibiru. Yeah, so that's going to get banished. Going to take a nice look here at the hand. Seeker, Multiplier, Supplier, Signs. Okay. That's going to get banished. That's a huge hit. We're just going to declare effect here. We are going to send. I know he doesn't have a response, but I just hit declare just so it's like logged in the chat, you know, when the effects were declared and everything like that. We're going to add this to hand. And I kind of want to add Megalo here. This is where I really, really wish I could search Teus. There's just a lack of extenders to search right now. Obviously, we can't go for Diva to facilitate more combos. Because we have no way to get said Diva onto the field. Can't grab another Minstrel. At least we don't want to grab another Minstrel. We're going to add this to our hand. I mean, we could add Lapis Dragon, but I think this is a better effect. Or a better route, I should say. 2 grave, 2 grave. We're just going to declare effect here because we are going to be searching that Mizuchi. 2 hand, and where is it? 2 hand. We're going to special summon this. Here, if DB stops lagging, special summon defense. And we could go for an enemy too. An enemy would be a pretty spicy play. I kind of like the idea of an enemy because we can bring out the Swap Frog, send Ronin. And that really doesn't get us too far, though. We can't get access to a totally awesome there, unfortunately. Yeah, that's actually kind of unfortunate. So instead, what I think I'm going to do is link these two. You know what? We're going to do this. We're going to go into Coral Anemone here. We're going to go into Coral Anemone here, and we're going to target... and we're going to target Minstrel. And the reason I'm going to do this is gives us a chance at least trying to hit something that'll help advance our game state here. And we hit a Prince, which is pretty huge. So we are going to put this to the bottom of the deck. Prince effect. And Prince is going to summon Dragoons here. That's actually pretty huge. So we got way more value out of that card than I had originally expected we were going to get. So yeah, that's actually really, really solid. But the thing is, what do we do from here? That is the play. You know, we could go into Prima Donna, but we don't have a card to give him back safely, because we don't have a way to get another card out of his hand to be banished. Then again, we could just make Prima Donna to link off with an enemy into Hulk. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. So we're going to go here. We're going to summon this. We're not going to use its effect. And we're just going to link these two into Hulk is what we're going to do. Hulk, CL1, Prima Donna, CL2, shuffle back Nibiru. So we're going to shuffle that back into his deck, and then we're going to summon out a tuner here from the deck. And we're going to go for, obviously going to go for the Fishborg launch here, so we could at least get access to that of the Dragite. And that's going to do that. So we're going to shuffle that out, or summon that out. That's going to get shuffled back, and now we're going to Synchro. And... to grave, that gets shuffled back in. Okay, good. Summon this out. And I think that's going to do it. I mean, we could We could summon this out. And the only reason I want to summon Launcher is just for extra droplet fodder. If I could spell Launcher. Jeez. We'll special summon this here. We will set. And we will enter. That's all we got. That's all we got. It's not a lot, but it's all we got. So Launcher is, again, just extra fodder for Droplet. How it can tag into Formula to draw a card, which is nice, obviously. And it potentially, again, more fodder for Droplet as well. And yeah, and then with, you know, that being said, we can go, you know, Formula and Dragite into the Satellite Warrior to actually pop 3 cards, since we do have Prima Donna in the grave at this point. Would have just loved to see the field spell at this point, because that would have been pretty much full combo. It would have been like full combo, would have been pretty much the combo that we wanted to see. So he's in standby phase. Yes, so standby phase is good. Main phase 1 is good. Now again, if we want to, yeah, that's fine. We have to use Hulk on Resolution here, or else the formula will miss timing. The monster, you can special summon this card from hand. If you control animation, you special this card from hand. Sure. On res. Let's see here. So he's gonna summon that field on the resolution on res of summon. Main Hulk. We're gonna get that out of the way. F2 draw. We draw a card, we draw Teus. Thinking. So now we have to decide whether or not we want to go into Satellite Warrior. But I don't think so, because he has Adamant Spader Signs in hand. You're good. Okay, yeah, so I don't want to use it just yet. Because if he gets access to the Kokimiru guy, I'm gonna be pretty salty. And he gets access to it. I mean, we do have Droplet, I guess, so we have Droplet to turn that off, so it's not such a big deal. Because yeah, this only negates monster effects. Yeah, when a monster effect is activated, choose this card, negate the activation, you destroy that. So we have Droplet to turn that off, which is fine. And I guess this actually won't be Droplet fodder, because it says it has to send the card to the graveyard. I don't know how that would work, though, actually. But we have cards in hand anyways to be able to send. We're definitely going to pitch the Mizuchi. He mills Nibiru, Ash Blossom. Is this going to be a whiff for the first time? No, there's Analyzer. Well, it has to be a non-tuner rock, right? Yeah, so that actually does not whiff because he hits that. On res, we're going to do this. We're going to Droplet his thing, and then we're going to chain Formula to blow up 3. So he's going to put all that back. Yeah, we're going to activate. We're going to pitch this off, and then also chain Formula. Yeah, because if we can blow up 3 cards right here, that's going to be pretty huge. Pop all 3 of these. And he's going to go up to 5,500 attack, which is pretty strong. That's pretty strong if you ask me. Not even a Dragoon with 2 negates can get over that. Because we have 3 Synchros in the grave. We can blow up all 3 of these cards. He has Signs in hand still, but like at this point we have to try to stop him somewhere. Granted, we don't have a lot to work with to even start. I maybe have made the incorrect play, but I don't know. I don't know really. If I knew more about Adamant Spader and what to stop, it seems like the deck has a billion extenders, which is definitely true. But let's see here. That's going to go up to 5,500 attack, and that is permanent. Sure, that's fine. I don't even know what this card does. Face a round when you control center of the graveyard. Throw some of this card from your hand. This card, especially when you can add from your deck. You can add 1 Iron Core of Kogamiru, 1 card of the specific Iron Core of Kogamiru. Sure. That is fine. That's totally fine. I don't know what I don't expect him to actually add Iron Core. Yeah, he's just gonna add another one of those. I don't know if he's actually burned his normal summon yet at this point. He may not have actually. Yeah, because he summoned, and then the Doki Doki was off of one of his Adamantipator monsters. But stopping the Doki Doki is actually pretty huge in my personal opinion. I mean, from here he could go into Gallant Granite, but I don't really know what he's going to get off of that. He's already used Seeker and Analyzer. So we'll just see where he goes from here. He doesn't have Tuner, non-tuner setup yet. But he still has that Signs in hand that unfortunately we weren't able to, stop. Because we couldn't get Mizuchi on the field. If we were able to have a Lacia here alongside of our setup that we had, we would have been much better off. But I don't think there was a way to do that with the set of cards that we had. Be able to set up the play that we just did. I'm sure we could have made a Lacia, right? But I don't think we could have also set up Satellite Warrior with Dragite. It's unfortunate we didn't get to use the Dragite because ideally Dragite would have stayed on board long enough to be able to negate the Signs. But I was getting a little worried with the board presence that he was assembling that at some point there was just not going to be enough. Turn rock monster in his graveyard, special summon it, and then you special summon Adamantipator. This fact, you take a level 4 lower rock monster from your deck and place it on top of your deck. Yeah, so that's the card I was hoping, we'd be able to stop. But he's already used the mill effect of this card. You can only use each effect of Adamantipator Seeker once per turn, so he stacks Roxy's to the top of his deck, which is interesting. Yeah, control Adamantipator monster, except itself. Yeah. But he got that off that. So he's going to go into Raptite now, I imagine, or he's going to go into Hulk. And Hulk's probably going to summon out another Seeker or Researcher, whatever it's called. Or he might go into Anaconda. Now I'd actually be pretty upset if he went into Anaconda, but he's not going to. He's going to go into the Risen Raptite. Who knows? He might actually be siding out the Dragoon stuff. Sure. Let's see what he gets off of this. Or is he using... Okay, he's using the mill effect. Let's see what he milled here. So we know he definitely milled the Roxy's because he's stacked. But he also milled a Researcher. He's going to summon Fansies. Or not Fansies, Roxy's rather. Just summon 1 Excavated Rock Monster. Also place the rest on the bottom. Yeah, so I'm partially throwing this up if we do take the L here. Just in my inexperience against Adamantipator. I rarely played against this deck when it was tier 1. Because, we were in lockdown. There were no locals. There were no events. Never really played against this deck. And then it got hit, obviously. And then it just fell out of popularity amongst the player base. And still continued to see less of it. But now he's going to go for the Prank Kids line. Oh my god. I don't know where his line would have gone had I waited to use the Satellite Warrior or the Formula Synchro effect. I'm not entirely sure. So we're just going to speed this up here and see where this leads us because I have nothing else to add at this point. His combo is just going to go crazy. So he's trying to use Battle Butler here, but he's trying to also use Meow Mew, which I think is only during your opponent's turn. I mean, I know Raigeki's the board, but if a Prank gets monster control, distribute itself during your opponent's turn, yeah, you can banish this card you control from your graveyard instead. But he does have to tribute the Battle Butler and itself here. He will get to Raigeki our board, which is fine, but we get to bring back Formula off Satellite Warrior, which is okay. Assuming he doesn't either banish or negate. Whoops, that is banished. 2 grave, banish. Wait, is he? Wait. Wait, is he using the effect here or what? Hold the phone. He's at 5,500. Yeah, I don't think he was aware of that. Okay, so yeah, I don't think he wants to tribute his battle butler here, because otherwise I don't think he... Read the card. He popped 3. So he gained 3,000. So I don't think he remembered the other effect of Satellite, where now he can't get over it. And he also tried to do Meow Mew Engrave here, so he could keep his Battle Butler on field and also try to go for OTK, which he currently can't now, and that is unfortunate for him, but that's not my problem. So, and he's gonna admit defeat. I don't feel too good about that win, because I definitely think he could have won that game there if he would have done it a different route, but we're just gonna head into game 3 here, and he is, without a doubt, going to be going first. And if he doesn't, then he has played the absolute most insane mind games here. And I'm just going to put a Skullmeister in just because I'd rather not have a dead card in like Pseudospace or set rotation if I have to take out one or the other. But we have our Gamma Seals in. We have our Forbidden Droplets. I think we're about as good as excited as we can be against this particular deck. Again, I don't think Droll and Lock is that good, just because he does a lot of summoning from the deck, a lot of sending. I only think Droll would maybe turn off a few cards, but then again, I could be extremely wrong, but I just don't think Droll hurts it all that much. But let's see what he's going to make us do here. Is he going to make us... I imagine he's going to make us go second. Yeah. But will we be able to draw a side deck card? Can we draw a Gamma Seal? We draw a Gamma Seal. That's pretty good. Now, the only downside is we have to sit through his combo again. Maybe we get lucky he bricks, because we did open Minstrel Dragoons and the Field Spell. Our hand is really, really good. Like, this is, I think, more optimal than starting with Megalannica Diva. Megalannica Diva, because you can just hand check immediately, then grab the Diva without any issues. So this is much better. Obviously, it's more cards, but, you know, it's more cards for a reason, because it's better. So the Gamma Seal will hopefully be able to turn off if he goes for a Dragoon, which will make the board much more dealable or workable or beatable or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, we're going to hit the fast forward button again, and I'm just going to sit here with the 10,000 yard stare, and hopefully it doesn't end on an insane board. Let's actually see if this misses, and I don't think it will actually, because he already hit 2 non-tuner rocks. Okay, to the fast forward, cue the music. Also, one thing I want to point out real quick, it is unfortunate that he actually admitted defeat in Game 2, because that basically means he just gets to go first for free again in Game 2, or in Game 3, so maybe I should have just scooped, but, you know, that was going to be what was going to happen, but he just messed up his plays or just didn't fully understand the board state. So, I mean, technically we should have had choice here in Game 3, but it is what it is. We're just going to let him continue to combo off here. Alright, well, it looks like, he didn't end on that strong of a board. It's technically only 2 interruptions. I really wouldn't count Raptite as like a huge interruption here against us. But we are going to... Okay, in standby phase, he has something for us. Is it going to be a pointer or the red? Okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's completely fine. I thought it was going to be a pointer. We just get completely blown out by a pointer. He takes the Gamma Seal right out of our hands. So I think that's just going to... Yeah, that's going to add those cards back. That's completely fine. We are going to special summon this by tributing over the Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. That is completely A-okay. And we can fire off this Minstrel too and Chain Link block the Dragoons. We're going to change control. That going right there is fine. Let's see. He says, Does he have a response on the summon, on the resolution of our Gamma Seal? Let's see. Sure. Let's see what he has. What could he possibly have? Okay, he has Pandemonium. Okay, I was worried he would have that. I don't think I actually saw him add it. He might have actually added it. I'm not entirely sure. I was staring into the deep void in between the last time I talked to you guys. So, you know, as he comboed off. So sometimes these things get lost in translation. Well, let's see. I imagine we'll see a battling Butler. A battling Butt is going to hit the field. And that's going to prove to be another problem for us. We didn't draw, you know, a card to deal with this. We can't Gamma Seal both these cards, obviously. So we're going to declare Minstrel now. And we're going to send this to the grave. We're going to send this to the grave. Min CL2 Goons CL1. And let's see what he has to say about that. Let's see. Because the Dragoons will be, obviously being a mandatory effect, we'll have to activate as Chainlink 1. Let's see. Is he going to negate Minstrel? Let us banish that last card out of his hand. And then we still get a Search of Diva. Which unfortunately can't go like completely unprotected because of our hand. So, like, I don't really know. I mean, the play might actually be to just go for Prince at the end of the day. While he thinks about that, I'm going to check his grave. He does have Meow Mew, which is a problem. So that gets banished. And we get to add to our hand here any Sea Serpent. Any Sea Serpent, any Sea Serpent. So it's so bad either way here, unfortunately. The only thing I could think that might be better is if we go for Prince, we can send Dragoons. Maybe he just won't board wipe us immediately. We could add Lapis Dragon. Lapis Dragon hits the then it's all the same thing. Let's just add this anyways. So we banish this the Crystal Dragite out of his hand. Let's normal summon. Let's see what he does. I mean, I don't see any reason for him to not just board wipe here. Summon. Good. Now we patiently await his response. Because if he lets us get Prince on board, and he lets us at least... Okay, that's fine. Additional... Normal summon. We are just... actually, it doesn't matter. He has Raptide anyways. He could just stop the Pot of Avarice. GG. Yeah, he's got that one. He got that one. It sucks because, like, we were pretty much destined to lose game 2. And I probably should have just scooped. That way we had choice to go first there in game 3. Because with our hand in game 3, we go first, we just pretty much win. We do full combo, and it really is not going to be something that I don't think he would have been able to beat. And I think we would have just taken that match there, but it is what it is, right? I think the deck performed pretty well. Like, at the end of the day, ideally it would be nice, right, to have maybe a couple more hand traps in here, and Ash Blossom is really the only other hand trap that comes to mind. And I think adding in 2 copies is like the comfortable amount that I'd be able to fit in. Yes, you could maybe cut an Avarice, and hell, you could even maybe cut the last Avarice for another hand trap, you know, to play 3 Ash, and maybe you could cut the field spells and all, but that's just kind of defeats the purpose. I really do like playing the field spell engine in here, as I feel like it increases the ceiling of the deck greatly and offers a new play style of the deck that is quite refreshing for me. And that honestly is what's most important for me, because I don't really play Mermail to be super competitive, although it definitely can be. I just like to play it in a play style that's actually enjoyable for me to play. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and also be sure to let me know if you liked it down in the comment section below. And if you guys are excited to see some Burning Abyss and some Photon Galaxy in the future, thank you so much for, of course, your continued support. It really does mean a lot. And as always, Winterkill signing out. We'll see you guys in the next one. And now a shout out goes to our Divine Level channel members here on YouTube, and they are Academic Thick, Zors, and Cadillac84. As always, thank you guys so much for your very generous and continued support of the channel.